The internet people think they know is a stage set, a bright hallway built to keep the public wandering in circles. Every search, every scroll, every feed, all of it designed to feel infinite while hiding the truth beneath it. The real internet is not the one you use. The real internet is older than the web, deeper than the cloud, and more controlled than any government agency will ever admit. It is a layered world built during the Cold War, expanded after 9/11, and sealed off long before you ever logged in for the first time. What you see is the surface. What they use is the map beneath it. The story begins in the 1970s when intelligence agencies realized something important. Whoever controlled the flow of information would control the world. Not through armies, not through weapons, through knowledge, through surveillance, through prediction. The problem was that information moved too slowly. Communication required physical lines, human couriers, analog systems. They needed something faster, something hidden. So they created it. Before the internet became a public utility, it existed as a classified military network. It was not just a communication system. It was a control grid, a surveillance lattice, a digital vault for operations the world would never hear about. When the public version of the internet launched in the 1990s, it was not the birth of a new technology. It was the release of a diluted version of something far more powerful and far more dangerous. Think of the internet like a building. The first floor is what you see: social media, news, entertainment, messaging, commerce. The second floor is what companies see: logs, patterns, demographics, behavior forecast. The third floor is what governments see: metadata, deep packet inspection, classified data streams. But there is a basement level most people will never access, a level built long before the rest, a level that hosts the forbidden map. This map is not a location, it is a structure of access, a design that sorts people into layers based on behavior, obedience, curiosity, and pattern recognition. The algorithms people believe are meant to recommend videos, and products are actually psychological gauges. Silent tests. They measure how deeply you look, how fast you question, how quickly you connect dots. The system is not watching what you consume, it is watching what you notice. There are people who wander the surface web their entire lives and never sense anything beyond it. They move from trend to trend, outrage to outrage, distraction to distraction. They never see the gaps. But others recognize the seams in the simulation. They sense that the internet glitches sometimes, that content disappears, that certain subjects get filtered, that search results tilt in strange directions. These people are the ones the system tracks most closely, not as threats, as anomalies. The forbidden map uses these anomalies to determine who should be allowed deeper. Most never make it past the first threshold, but a small percentage of users get glimpses: a leaked document, a buried archive, a server that should not be accessible, a file with no creator. People think these moments are accidents, but nothing about this system is accidental. These leaks are probes, tests to see what you will do once you see something you are not meant to see. The deeper layers do not function like the internet, you know. They do not operate on search engines or URLs. They operate on keys. Access is not granted by typing the right address. It is granted by demonstrating the right pattern of behavior. The map responds to curiosity like a lock responds to pressure. Too much force and it closes. The right touch and it opens. Inside these layers are databases that predate the web. Intelligence logs, psychological profiles, behavioral forecasts, models of entire populations. Some built from data, others built from simulations. When people talk about predictive policing, algorithmic bias, or surveillance capitalism, they are seeing reflections of technology that exists in a much more advanced form beneath the public grid. What you think is new has been running for decades. The question is, why this hidden map exists at all? The answer is simple: control, not control through censorship, control through architecture. By shaping the roads people walk, you do not need to dictate where they go. If the internet is the most powerful tool in human history, then the version given to the public was never meant to empower. It was meant to contain. This structure did not stay in the hands of governments. In the early 2000s, private corporations gained access. Intelligence agencies realized it was easier to let companies collect data and simply tap into their systems than to gather it themselves. Big tech did not become powerful on its own. It was integrated into an older network that needed civilian cover. The public internet became the decoy. The buried internet became the real theater of operations. Every major platform today sits on top of this map. They do not own it. They interface with it. What you think of as the algorithm is not just recommending content. It is sorting you. It is grading you. It is placing you on the forbidden map without your knowledge. This raises the endgame question. What happens to the people who score too high? There is a theory whispered in cyber circles. People who unlock too many layers become candidates for recruitment, not into agencies, but into the architect class. The map selects those with pattern recognition, the rare ability to see the structure behind the noise. The tragedy is that most people will never know this exists. They will think the internet is a chaotic place driven by randomness, never realizing that the chaos is camouflage for the clean geometry beneath. But some of you already feel it. You feel the edges of the map when a search result returns too cleanly, or when information gets buried the moment it is discovered. You sense that the digital world is not reacting to you, it is steering you. This entire structure survives on ignorance. Once enough people realize the surface web is not the real internet, the architecture becomes visible. And once it is visible, it becomes vulnerable. The forbidden map is the operating system behind modern power. And the fact that you are hearing this now means one thing. You were not meant to stay on the first floor. You be the judge. If you are awake, you already know what to do. Hit the link in our description and sign up to our free underground newsletter.